Hi, it's John Edmonds. Today we want to speak about the first inspection of your beehives. Pick a nice warm afternoon, generally about August. You'll see them flying, and if you see them flying in with pollen on their legs, that means they're feeding their brood. If they're gathering water, that means they're reducing the stored honey to be able to feed their brood, and so you know that there'll be activity. So just a gentle puff for a start when you lift the lid and have a look at your cluster. And if the cluster should be filled the whole box. Do not add any more boxes to that hive unless you have at least 80% of that box covered. The bees need to be tight to keep warm, and when they're warm, they do well. If you then apply a little bit of smoke and make sure the bees are under control, and remove one of the frames from the outside edge, number 2 or number 7 frame. Take that out. More than likely there won't be any brood in that. It'll be hopefully honey stores and pollen. Then as you move into the centre, hopefully you will find 3 or 4, perhaps 5 frames of brood. Check your brood to make sure it's healthy, because the first inspection is a very good time to be able to see nice, tight brood that's all healthy, no dead grubs in it. If the bees are light and do not have much in the way of stores, you may need to give them some sugar syrup or sugar cake, because they need a lot of honey or sugar syrup early spring to breed up a good strong cluster. It is a good idea to have 2 hives or more so that you can compare one hive against the other. That way you can tell if the queen is not doing well, because you don't really know what the conditions are around, as floral conditions, as to whether the bees should be, as to how well they should be going. So it is good if you've got 2 hives, you can compare one against the other. If one's going well and the other's poor, that means you mark that hive, because later in the season you will have to requeen that or take some action to improve it. If you have ideal boxes, they're very good to put on initially, because they keeps the cluster warm. So as a result, the bees can come up and work into that little ideal box. And the other thing too is, if you put a full depth box on, remove your excluder and allow the queen to have access to both boxes, because she'll come up into the second box, lay up a nice big patch of brood in the middle frames, and later on we will talk and show how to split the hive and methods of controlling your bees to stop them from swarming. And we'll do that with actually live bees when the weather warms up a little bit. I expect the bees to breed up well, and they generally do not swarm until September or late September, early October. That's as a rule of thumb around here. Good luck with your first inspection, and we look forward to a very good season.